My sister-in-law roadblocked my daughters all holding a picture of my dead husband, so I am never speaking to her again and cutting her off financially. My beautiful daughter got married last weekend and I could not have been prouder. We unexpectedly lost her dad and my husband over 5 years ago and always knew that her wedding day was going to be a tough one. My late husband has a sister who has always struggled to control herself emotionally and, particularly when it involves grief and loss, has been known to cause scenes. Think trying to throw yourself in the hole on top of a coffin type scenes. In the past 5+ years, I have gone out of my way to support this sister both emotionally and financially, not because we are close, but because it's what my LH would have done. For about the last 6 months, I have been in regular contact with her, reiterating that the wedding day is going to be hard enough without her added drama llama emotions. I made it very clear that the bride had included many personal and thoughtful touches into the day to remember her dad. She had asked all her uncles and significant men in her life, including the groom, to wear one of his ties. We above anyone were well aware of his absence on such a day. I asked sister-in-law to please just be respectful and honor the bride's wishes to not make a scene. The wedding day arrived and it was an emotional day. The most surprised my daughter with a small, tasteful medallion with LH's picture on it, which we tied to her bouquet with many tears. We had lots of talk about how proud he would be, how much he'd looked forward to seeing his baby grow up and happy, and how he would be with us even if we couldn't see him. As my baby and I stood at the end of the aisle before I walked her down, she took my hand and said, "We will not cry. Daddy would want us to be happy." And so began our procession down the aisle towards her beautiful groom. Halfway down the aisle, we were confronted with a roadblock. My sister-in-law had reached out into the aisle holding a large framed photo montage, pictures of my LH including his funeral booklet. It threw us both completely and I was livid. Luckily my love for my daughter and LH was stronger than my anger, and we sidestepped and continued on as planned. I have since been told many people didn't even realize there was a problem. After the ceremony, sister-in-law came up to talk to me. I discreetly but firmly told her she was way out of line and I was disgusted by her stunt. I spent the rest of the evening actively avoiding her and enjoying the moment despite this. She approached me again at the end of the night and I again told her in no uncertain terms what I thought of her pick-me actions. With a few champagnes under my belt, I was definitely less measured than in my earlier interaction. She did apologize and said it was an accident, but I'm not sure you can accidentally bring a whole photo montage to a wedding and then accidentally block the aisle with it just as the bride is approaching. I ended it by saying I had clearly and repeatedly explained my expectations and she had deliberately ignored those for her own wants. So here's where I may be the I was going to message her and explain how much her actions upset the bride and me and how little respect she showed us. I was also going to tell her how much my LH would have hated what she did and how much she upset his baby on her wedding day. But then I thought, why should I waste any more oxygen on this person? She didn't listen to what I said the first, second, third, 15th time I explained it to her. So why should I now need to explain it again retrospectively? My gut feeling now is to just ghost her, cut off all financial and emotional support. I'm torn. I definitely do not fully financially support my sister-in-law. She can, and always has, been able to afford the basics. We just always picked up some of the extras and I continued to do it after my husband died. Examples include me covering her accommodation costs for the past weekend, or us buying her daughter's laptops for school. I have read every comment and decided to just leave it as it ended. On Saturday, I will not contact her, nor reply to her messages. We live quite a distance, 8 hours plus drive, from each other and my in-laws have long passed, so I have very few occasions where I would need to interact with her again. I have messaged my nieces and told them I love them and will always be here for them and do not hold them at all responsible for what happened. Both told me that they had tried to talk her out of it but she's so stubborn they had no chance. Update 1. So, it's been a week since I sent my message and she still hasn't seen it. It appears she has blocked me. I guess the trash took itself out. Still nothing from either of my nieces too. My daughter is still on her honeymoon so I will talk to her when she's home. It is completely up to her if she continues a relationship with her aunt or not. I have known this woman for 30+ years and know her well enough to believe that she will eventually read my message out of curiosity, if nothing else. If I ever get a response I will update, but for the moment this is my last update on the situation. Even though she hasn't read what I wrote, I still have peace knowing I said my piece and didn't let her actions pass without being called out.